See a message that pops up asking you to record. Please make sure you click accept. If you do not, you will not be able to stay in this session. I'm going to put some helpful links in the chat box, and I am going to ask that you stay muted until the end to ask your questions. You may also put them in the chat box while this session is continuing. You guys may begin.
Hello, I'm Mr. Caldwell, and I'm here with Miss Donovan. We're here to talk about the Cambridge program at Anclote High School. Cambridge program offers an international pre-university curriculum and examination system that emphasizes the value of a broad and balanced study for academically able students. Curriculum aims to encourage the students of independent research and investigation, the use of initiative and creativity, and the application of knowledge and skills. The goal is for students to become critical, analytical, and global thinkers. What is ACE? Advanced International Certificate of Education is what that stands for. An international pre-university program developed by the University of Cambridge in England. The examinations have been offered for over 50 years in more than 160 countries and 12,000 schools, including 89 high schools in Florida. ACE diploma and curriculum was first offered in the US in 1995 and officially adopted in Florida in 2001. We adopted the Cambridge program here at Anclote High School in 2017. The focus of ACE is high academic standards, flexibility to pursue areas of interest and strengths, and I really want to emphasize that later on in our PowerPoint. Students earn college credits. They build college ready skills and subject area knowledge, critical thinking skills, and problem solving skills. Here's a little video of some of the Cambridge program classes we have here at Anclote.
Object on that microscope is stained, so you should see it's like maybe a blue or a pink color. Put that like in the lights.
The Cambridge program is an accelerated program where students are challenged not only to build knowledge, but to build knowledge and global perspective. And that's the greatest part about this. We often are so surrounded by the things that we already know that it is a little bit difficult for our students to think about the world outside of themselves and their own experience, but the Cambridge program helps them to do that.
I really wanted to join the Cambridge program because it would help a lot with college, and I really just wanted a challenge, and I thought that Cambridge would be the perfect opportunity to get that challenge.
Cambridge so far has been awesome. It's a great learning experience, not just for the students, but for the staff as well. The kids bring a lot to the table because they're very intelligent, they're very driven, very motivated, and they're incredible critical thinkers. They come in with just these wild ideas, really dig into the things that we're studying, and really offer some unique perspectives and interpretations.
The students that I have had the pleasure and privilege of teaching thus far in the Cambridge program have a natural curiosity that inspires me to continue to feed my own curiosity, and we're learning a lot together.
My favorite part would probably be the enriched curriculum part, where I have more hands-on projects and more different things instead of just the regular honors classes and the regular AP classes that I would take.
It opens you up to the world. I don't know how to explain that, but you get a bigger picture.
It allows them to see the world as a whole and their place in it. And that's different than just a traditional curriculum.
I'd say go for it. It's an interesting experience. There's a lot to learn and grow with it.
If you think school is too easy, I think it's definitely a better feeling to be rewarded for doing something that challenges you than doing something easy. And I think that this is a good challenge for students that find school simple.
If you're really looking for a challenge and if you're really looking to go farther in life, then this is the definite program for you to join. It's very college-based. It's a lot harder than regular classes, so it gives you that challenge that you would have in college courses.
If you're looking at joining the Cambridge program, we would love to have you. Definitely be self-motivated. Organization would be a total must because you're taking 6 very intensive classes. There's homework, there's work to do pretty much in every period every day, which is a great thing because you're here because you love learning. But definitely make sure that you're motivated and that you're excited to really dig into something at a much deeper level, because we're going to ask that of you every single day.
Okay, I am Miss Donovan. I am a school counselor here at Anclote High School, and I oversee that part of the Cambridge program here. So I wanted to talk about the curriculum and the award and the benefits of this program. So first, to start off with our ACE curriculum, the goal of it is for students to be able to dive deeper into the content. You know, compared to other honors courses and other higher level courses, Cambridge really allows the students to interact with that knowledge, to learn more deeply about it, as opposed to having it be more broad. It's more narrowed in focus. So when students are working with the curriculum, they are going to earn their high school diploma on an ACE plan. So one of the things that there are high school diploma requirements, which are 24 credits, a 2.0 or higher GPA, and the required state exams. Well, within that, under the ACE plan, it is different than a traditional student. There are some things that an ACE student does not have to take compared to a traditional student, but they are required to take 2 years of the same foreign language, which is a requirement for entry into a four-year university. So under the ACE plan, a student needs to pass 7 credits in at least 3 of the groupings below. So you can see here we have group 1, which is a math and science, group 2 is a language, group 3 is an arts and humanities, group 4 is our interdisciplinary study subjects, and then we also have a core group. So students are required to at least have 7 credits coming from those groups that they need to pass for a course in order to graduate under an ACE plan for their high school diploma. So while a student is going towards their high school diploma, they're also simultaneously working towards what is called the Cambridge diploma, the ACE diploma. We tend to call it an award just because it does separate it. So for this purpose tonight, I'm going to refer to it as their award. So with those groups for the award, the student needs to pass 7 exams within those groups. So for example, this is where that flexibility comes into play. A student could be extremely math-minded. Maybe another student is better towards the sciences. So that means that one of their exams in that group would either have to be a math or a science, or potentially both. So it kind of gives them the flexibility to play on their strength and where they're going to be able to meet those exam credits. So again, you can see according to our chart here, again, the different groups. We have the math, science, the languages, the group 3, which is our art and humanities. Our core group is our global perspective, which everyone in the program has to meet. And then our group 4 will be our general paper course, our thinking skills course. So when a student does enter into the program in their 9th or 10th grade year, they are taking some of their courses are going to be their pre-ACE courses. Because we are a Cambridge school, our pre-ACE courses are honors. They are titled as pre-ACE. So for example, a student would have to take biology in 9th grade, the pre-ACE chemistry in 10th grade. That allows them, those are the prerequisites to allow them to take an ACE Marine or possibly an ACE Bio, depending on what was offered that year. And then that would allow them to be able to take that. Also too, the pre-ACE Math 2 is a geometry, and pre-ACE Math 3 is like an Algebra 2 pre-calculus type course. Excuse me. So once they take those courses, it then progresses them through their path to earn their diploma, but then it prepares them to be able to take those higher level courses. So under our ACE courses, these are all considered college level courses. So when a student passes the course at the end, this is where they earn the college credit. So for every course that is passed, they earn 3 college credits. And again, here you can see the course offerings that we do have. Every year as our program grows, we are trying to expand our course offerings. For example, this year we were going to try to offer travel and tourism, but unfortunately, due to our state as we are at this moment, we were unable to offer that. But that is something we want to put back on the table for next year. And we really have the students work with us to show us what their interests are so that we can choose the best classes that they're going to be the most interested in taking. So one of the benefits of earning of ACE in general, so one benefit is definitely the academic rigor and that preparation for college. The other is with an ACE diploma, along with 100 hours of the community service, a student can earn the top level of Bright Futures. So for example, for Bright Futures for a traditional student, they have to receive the ACT and SAT scores. An ACT for the top would be a 29. The highest score you can get on an ACT would be a 36. When a student earns the award with the community service hours, they're automatically qualified for that. Now, a student will have to take ACT and SATs for college entrance, but they're not needing to have to meet that 29 score if that is not a possibility for them. If they do receive this top scholarship, they will earn 100% free tuition for 4 years in a Florida State University. We have students are asked to try to complete this award within 3 years. When they do complete that, we encourage students to try to finish it by the end of their junior year. So that allows them to be able to then take different courses and also ACE courses in their senior year. It gives them a lot more opportunity. We have students now, half their day is taking dual enrollment classes. They can take AP courses. So it gives students a lot of flexibility. At the very least, with the 7 exam credits, they will get 21 college credits or credit hours. And then it can go beyond that if they decide to take dual enrollment or AP courses in conjunction with that. So again, too, because the student enters this program because they are looking for college as their end goal after graduation. So especially with these top universities, the GPA requirements that they want are very high. So ACE allows these courses to be weighted higher. The college courses are weighted higher, the honors courses are higher. So that increases the GPA, especially when you start with these higher level courses in their freshman year. So freshman year, we do start off with our ACE general paper course for the Cambridge student that can allow them to possibly earn their first college credit. Again, I did mention about the college level preparation. They are in these courses, but they have the access to the high school teacher. We know when a student goes to college, the professor isn't as involved, but here our teachers are very involved with the students and they're seeking the best for them. So they are giving them those skills, but still being able to help them. So it gives them exposure to different methods of assessment and thinking and writing. For example, not every, some of these exams are written exams. Some of them have different components, like for example, our media studies course, students do a blog post. They have to also create a small video. Some of them are hands-on, especially our marine science would be a hands-on assessment. So it's kind of a combination. And again, too, this is going to set apart a student for their admission to universities. You have to think about these gigantic schools. They have thousands of students applying as a freshman every year. What is going to set your child apart? And schools do look back, what kind of rigorous courses has this student been taking? And so even if a student did not earn the award, they are still graduating on this ACE plan. It still gives them that competitive edge because they have been the ones that have pushed themselves to take these courses. So very similar to IB, they both are rigorous. They both, offer, real world applications, international perspectives. They both have like higher order thinking, problem solving, both accepted, for colleges. They both do not, both programs, the plan is different than a traditional student. But I think the biggest differences is that Cambridge does have the flexibility. So whereas IB, it is very structured for what a student needs to do over their 4 years. With Cambridge, it is tailored to the student. Again, I'll go back to using that math and science example. You know, some students are very math minded and want to pursue that path. Some students like the sciences. You know, we also try to have students take other courses. If they're interested in an art course or other things that are offered on campus, they can do that too. So there is a flexibility to it. So just a couple of things to mention here at Anclote High School. Last year, we did have our first graduating class of students from our program, and many were accepted to UF, USF, UCF. We've had students that chose that the best thing for them was to attend a 2-year school first and then transfer. We've also had a student enlist in the military, but you know, in the end, this program, you know, prepares them for what it is that they choose to do after high school and what is going to be the right path for them. The class of 2020, they did start in their sophomore year to finish up in their senior year, and 18 out of 29 of our students did receive the Cambridge Award. This current class, which started in their freshman year, 19 out of our 34 students in the program have already received the Cambridge Diploma. And we do expect that to go up because they do have this year that they will be able to take those exams at the end of the year to be able to earn this award. So we do expect a higher number from this current class. And again, too, you know, it's really important that we look at a balance. You know, students who go into this program have been students that have taken many honors classes and maybe get very easy A's and B's. You know, so this program is a challenge for that student, but it is important for us to make sure that we are balancing it out for them because we still want them to enjoy high school. We want them to be in activities like sports or band or ROTC and the different clubs. You know, it's important to look at that balance for the student as well. So our Cambridge learners, what we look for in that student is someone who is confident, responsible, innovative, reflective, engaged. Organization is definitely a big part of that. And somebody who is just definitely looking for that challenge and knows, you know, that they want to, you know, better themselves and they have goals for themselves at the end of this high school experience. So I am going to give this back to Mr. Caldwell, and he is going to discuss the next steps with you.
All right, so some of our next steps are school choice application window. It opens up January 7th through the 21st, and we'll close on January 21st at 4:30. That's where you'll go on and fill out the application for the Cambridge program here at Anclote High School. Then on January 30th, we would have a writing session, your school, and well, we in the past would come to the school. This year maybe look a little different due to COVID-19. We may do some virtual, not 100% sure on exactly all the options, but on January 30th, they're going to be required at around 9:30, they're going to be required to do a writing sample. And we're going to look at the writing sample with a rubric. We're going to look at, like Ms. Donovan said, their test history, academic history, and look at several things so we can see an overall, you know, what type of student is applying for our program. Then in February, on February 19th to the 28th, you will be receiving your acceptance notification through the district office. They will let you know if your student was accepted into our program or not. And you can go on our website listed here on the ahs.pasco.k12.fl.us if you want more information, or you can contact Ms. Donovan or myself if you have any other questions, you know, when we leave this session tonight. So right now we're going to open it up. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Hopefully we can answer them all. We also have some contact information QRL code. What's it called? Yeah.
QR.
QR code, not QRL, QR code. You can, again, look up some more information on Cambridge, and our contact information is right there. Must have did a pretty good job at our presentation. No questions out there?
If there are any other questions, feel free to ask them. Like Mr. Caldwell said, you can email, use your phone and scan these QR codes, and it should bring you to any of these websites. I also included Anclote High School's website in the chat, as well as school choice information. And then after the expo is finished, you can always feel free to email pathwaysexpo@pasco.k12.fl.us. This session ends in about 3 minutes, so feel free to unmute yourself and ask any questions that you have.
As far as the school choice, if you are zoned for Anclote, do you still have to go on and do the school choice application?
Yes, ma'am. All students that want to participate in our program has to go through the acceptance process.
Okay. Okay, so will there be a spot? Currently my son is in a private middle school, but we are zoned for Anclote High School. So is there a spot specifically for the Cambridge when you're applying for the school choice?
When you go on to school choice, it asks you what program, what school.
Okay.
You should be able to answer all that.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, can you explain to me a little bit more about the writing session on January 30th?
Yeah, so the writing session, the 5 criteria that Ms. Donovan talked about that we look for in a student, basically what they're going to do prompt is just it says that, it lists those 5 criteria and ask the student to pick one that they've experienced in their educational career so far, and tell us about themselves and why they feel that they are a good applicant for the Cambridge program. It gives them time to really write about themselves, so we'll get more of an understanding of who they are.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, this session is coming to a close. If there are no other questions at this time, please feel free to send the email or you may log off. Thank you again, Mr. Caldwell and Ms. Donovan, for hosting this session. Their contact information is located on their slide, or you can find their contact information by going to the AHS website. Thank you all for attending. Stay safe and have a great evening.